Don't get us wrong, we love these films, but they've left us with some unanswered questions. Welcome to Ms. Mojo, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 plot holes in Disney movies.
You never forget kids like Emily or Andy.
Like what you're watching? Well, don't forget to check out Junior Mojo and watch more videos that the whole family can enjoy.
For this list, we're looking at things that still make us scratch our heads in animated Disney and Pixar movies.
Come with me. We have much to talk about.
Number 10. Why does Tarzan and the gorilla troop stay at the nest? Tarzan.
Our dream has come true.
You know how in almost every horror movie, there's a moment where the main characters hear a weird noise in the basement or outside their window and decide to go investigate? All the while, you're yelling at your screen for them to just stay somewhere safe. There's a scene like this in this Disney movie, where Tarzan brings Jane, Professor Porter, and Clayton to the gorilla's nesting site, which greatly angers Kerchak. Yet despite their home's location being known, for some reason they decide to stay, and Clayton and his goons easily find them later.
I think this one will be better off stuffed.
Number 9. Why doesn't Scar kill Simba, the Lion King?
I'm surrounded by idiots.
Scar establishes pretty early in The Lion King that he's willing to do whatever it takes to take control of Pride Rock, but he somehow stops short of doing the one thing that would secure his success.
Yeah, be prepared. We'll be prepared. For what?
For the death of the king.
Why, is he sick?
No, fool, we're gonna kill him. And Simba, too.
After he kills his brother Mufasa by throwing him into the gorge, he for some reason lets Simba, the rightful heir to the throne, run away.
Run away and never return.
True, Simba is still a child at this point, and doesn't pose a serious threat yet. Scar also tries to scare him from ever coming back to his home. But if he was going to order the hyenas to kill Simba anyway, why not just do it himself?
Kill him.
Number 8. Why doesn't Charlotte turn into a frog? The Princess and the Frog. In the climactic scene of 2009's The Princess and the Frog, Tiana and Prince Naveen are attempting to turn back into humans. They find out from Mama Odie that the only way to do so is for Naveen to kiss a princess.
So that makes Lottie a princess.
Does that count?
Yes, it does. But only till midnight, when Mardi Gras over.
Charlotte decides that she will help him. And since she is temporarily a princess, her kiss should make him human again.
I'll kiss him. For you, honey. No marriage required.
The problem is that they only kiss after the clock strikes midnight, meaning that she is no longer a princess, so it doesn't work. In that case though, Charlotte should definitely have been turned into a frog, just like Tiana.
You don't look that much different. But how'd you get way up there? And how'd I get way down here and all this?
Number 7. Why doesn't Woody remember his old owners? Toy Story franchise.
Hey, how do you know my name?
Everyone knows your name, Woody.
In Toy Story 2, viewers find out that Woody is actually a much older toy than we had previously thought.
Oh, original hand-painted face, natural dyed blanket stitched vest. Little rip, fixable.
He's revealed to be a rare collectible, and even had his own television show during the black and white era of television. In other words, he was around for decades before the events of the first film.
I'm here to stop you, One-Eyed Bart!
The thing is though, toys can remember their previous owners, because Jessie has a clear recollection of hers. So why does Woody act like he spent his whole life with Andy, when he's probably been in many households before that?
I have to go back. I'm still Andy's toy.
Number 6. Where do Elsa's powers come from? Frozen. We get it, most Disney movies utilize a fairy tale structure where magic and mystery are de rigueur. But in most stories, we have at least some explanation where these fantastical elements come from. In Frozen, however, Elsa was seemingly born with the ability to turn things to ice and snow, and even create entities using these elements.
Can't hold it back anymore.
She has varying levels of control over her powers depending on her emotional stability. The strange thing is though, viewers never get a hint at where these powers come from.
My power flurries through the air into the ground.
Number 5. Why isn't Aladdin a prince? Aladdin. You know how it works with genies. You rub a lamp, they pop out, and they're forced to grant you 3 wishes.
3 wishes to be exact.
and ixnay on the wishing for more wishes.
This is exactly what happens in Aladdin. And for his first true wish, Aladdin asks to be transformed into a prince.
Genie, I wish for you to make me a prince.
It works, and our favorite street rat is turned into Prince Ali Ababwa.
Prince Ali, fabulous he, Ali Ababwa.
Even so, though, he continues to lament the fact that Princess Jasmine will never be able to be with him because she can only marry a prince.
What if they find out I'm not really a prince? What if Jasmine finds out? I'd lose her.
But what just happened here? Does he not believe in the genie's magic? Is the title also not part of the wish?
I gotta tell Jasmine the truth.
Number 4. How can Pocahontas and the Powhatan tribe speak English? Pocahontas.
Medakwe naturat.
You don't understand a word I'm saying, do you?
There are many films that are set in other cultures in which characters should for all intents and purposes be speaking in their native language, but can communicate in English instead for the sake of the plot. In Pocahontas, the titular character is a native girl living in North America when settlers invade her home. She and most of her fellow Powhatans have never seen anyone from Europe before, and yet they seem perfectly capable of English communication.
Seeing you gives me great joy.
In Pocahontas' case, we guess it's because she listens with her heart, but that's a pretty vague explanation.
Listen with your heart, you will understand.
Pocahontas.
And what about the rest of the tribe? Oh well, Disney magic.
These beasts invade our shores. And now this.
Number 3. Why can't Ariel write notes to Eric, the Little Mermaid?
You can't speak? Oh, then you couldn't be who I thought.
In a movie that involves mermaids, you may wonder why we're nitpicking about facts, but just because a story has a fantastical setting doesn't mean it's exempt from following logic. In The Little Mermaid, we see at one point that Ariel is capable of both reading and writing when she signs a contract with the evil sea witch Ursula. And yet, when she wants to communicate with her love prince Eric after having her voice taken away from her, she never thinks to simply get some index cards and write him a note.
You know, I feel really bad not knowing your name. Maybe I could guess. Is it, Mildred? Okay, no.
Number 2. How old is the Beast? Beauty and the Beast. In this tale as old as time, we see a young man transformed into a beast while his entire household is put under a spell.
And as punishment, she transformed him into a hideous beast and placed a powerful spell on the castle and all who lived there.
As the story goes, he has to learn to love and find true love before his 21st birthday if he can become human again.
If he could learn to love another and earn her love in return by the time the last petal fell, then the spell would be broken.
Then, in Be Our Guest, Lumiere mentions that they've been under the enchantment for 10 years.
10 years we've been rusting, needing so much more than dusting.
That means that the Beast was only 11 years old when he was cursed. Seems like a bit of a harsh punishment for someone who isn't even a teenager yet. On top of that, doesn't it seem a bit strange that all the villagers seem unaware that the castle exists despite its proximity? Number 1. Why do Cinderella's slippers remain unchanged? Cinderella.
And look, glass slippers.
Let's talk about some basic logic here for a second. A prince meets a mystery woman and finds himself left with her glass slipper. His plan to find her is to tour around the kingdom, making women try on the shoe until he finds its owner. But did anyone stop to consider that there are a pretty finite amount of women's shoe sizes, meaning many others would probably fit into them?
But sire, this slipper may fit any number of girls.
That's his problem.
More importantly though, when the clock strikes midnight and the spell is broken, all of Cinderella's clothes and accoutrements that she's been given by the fairy godmother turn back to normal, except for her shoes, which remain unchanged.
But perhaps if it would help.
No, nothing can help now. Nothing.
But you see, I have the other slipper.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from Ms. Mojo and subscribe for new videos every day.